Hello everyone, my name is Deckerlink, the Trained Unprofessional, and welcome back to Repeat. It has been a fucking minute, hasn't it? Last month's update was a housekeeping update. This month's is the beginning of Phillip's route. The first fucking looks we've had at Phillip's route. I'm so excited, I can't wait to see. This update is apparently going to be a little short. A little on the short side, so don't get mad if the stream is a little short stature. But I just wanna know. So let's waste not any time. I have my bowl of milk ready. We're ready to go. So here we go. Who needs me most? Here it is, Phillip. Boom. My thoughts wandered over to Phillip. Hello from Berlin, eh? Out of everyone here, Phillip more troubled than the others. We are a minute in, and we found our first typo. Phillip more troubled than the others. Oh, Jesus tits, man. Always quietly burning in a corner until he boils over. I hope I can help him blow out before he reaches that point. My phone's ringtone suddenly pulled me out of my thoughts. I yelped and fumbled clumsily through my pockets for it. I missed the huge text of this game. It's so easy to read. Huh? It's a group message from Phillip. It looks like it's addressed to both me and Owen. Can you hear the music? There's not much music to hear right now, but there we go. Guys, you gotta help me. I've got a life or death situation on my hands. It's a disaster. I might totally die for realsies. Yikes. Is everything alright? Red Hot Panda 69 has entered the chat. I wonder who the fuck that's a reference to. Don't bring me the shattered remains of your fucking toy. Give me that spoof. Give me this. Look at this shit. This is the shattered remains of a toy we got him. And he brought this to me. For fuck's sake. Yo, do we need to stage a rescue mission? I will gladly lay down my life for you like the noble knight I am. I need help babysitting a bunch of kids. Never mind, I take it back. What happened to the whole noble knight shtick? Kids are scary, man. Those big round eyes judging your every move. Those disgusting baby teeth that threaten to fall out in a bloody mess at any moment. Plus, one wrong move and you might imprint a bad habit onto them for the rest of their lives. Trust me, Owen, you're not that memorable. Where did these kids come from? I'm a part-time ice skating teacher at the community center down the street. Well, assistant teacher. Anyway, the main teacher called in sick again. The ice rink's undergoing an unscheduled maintenance, and the kids are growing bored. God forbid the kids get bored. The community center will be burned to cinders within an hour. Anyway, the class is basically a glorified babysitting service for the parents. We just gotta keep the kids busy and entertained for a while, capiche? Yeah, but why ask the two of us for help? We don't kid good. Well, I would ask a more reliable friend of mine, but she's ill and resting at home, ATM. Another option is Sissel, but he's got his own job. So that just leaves you two. And I know for a fact you two have nothing better to do. Ouch! Come on, guys, I could really use the help. I'd normally do it all myself, but I'm feeling really under the weather today. Did you forget to eat again? I don't remember. Sleeping. You did that last night, right? I was busy. Dude. Alrighty, John and I will be at the community center in a few minutes. Hang on tight.
I'm not doing that work. Is that getting old yet? Is it getting fucking old?
Guess I'll see you all soon. Thanks, guys. I really appreciate it. Oh, before you leave, could you guys feed Holly for me? She gets really cranky without her afternoon snack. Holly? It's that dumb pigeon thing that Phillip kidnapped from Mr. Rokov's class the other day. Excuse you, Holly isn't a thing. She's a beautiful specimen of a bird and my new daughter. What? Treat her with some respect, yo. Anyway, her bird seeds should be in my top right drawer. Tell her I love her. I'll see you guys soon. The fuck? The good old-fashioned, bleak, dreary-ass hallway. One quick trip downstairs later, I found myself at the door of Owen and Philip's dorm room. I can already hear Owen pacing around the room, opening drawers, complaining loudly to himself. I wonder what's up. One groaned loudly as it began knocking on the door. It swung open to reveal an exasperated Owen peppered with feathers and bits of torn paper. Ooh, new sprite, I think. This bird is a menace. How mad do you think Philip would be if I accidentally released it back into the wild? Or accidentally turn it into tonight's chicken noodle soup? He'd probably make you accidentally disappear too, which would be tragic. Owen nodded sagely. That'd be a shame. This dorm isn't nearly as gorgeous and lively without me. I rolled my eyes with a laugh. Oh, gorgeous one. Have you fed Philip's bird daughter yet? We better head over to the community center before the kids burn it down. See, that's the thing. I can't find the damn bird anywhere. Just poop and feathers. And all the textbook pages it keeps tearing up when it's bored. It's hiding in a drawer or closet in here somewhere, laughing at me, I swear. Owen paced a heavy paste? He paced a heavy hand on my shoulder? I believe that would be placed a heavy hand on my shoulder and stared into my eyes with a serious face. Oh, God. John, help me find this damn pigeon. I've stared into the abyss, and the abyss stared back. Oh, you brought me in a cheeseburger! And it's wet, you gross shit. Fuck, that's nasty. The abyss smells like bird shit. It changes a man like you wouldn't believe. Alright. He really doesn't like this bird. Well, the real word. Well, I guess I better start looking. Hey, dorm rooms. A glory that I fortunately never had to deal with. Stop bringing me your cheeseburger. It's fucking nasty. Ugh. It's been a while since I've been to Phillip's and Owen's room. Things have certainly changed quite a bit. There's a stark contrast between the two halves of this living space. One side looks like it has a tornado. Like it had a tornado. What? One side looks like a tornado. Okay, that's another typo. One side looks like a tornado had used it for dance classes. Clothes lay everywhere, with textbooks and homework scattered across the carpet. A small tower of empty coffee cups were stacked in one corner, almost touching the ceiling. So it's basically my room, but with significantly more caffeine abuse. In contrast, the opposite side of the room looked as pristine and clean as an Apple store. Stop bringing me the fucking cheeseburger! I'm fucking busy! God damn! Not a single thing was out of place. The bed was well made, and you could tell whoever lived here vacuumed the carpet regularly. Jeez, you two are a ridiculous roommate combo. I know, right? Philip's got to get his act together before his side of the room becomes a biohazard. What? I did a double take. Wait, what? You mean this dumpster diver hellscape side is Philip's? Owen blinked in a silent, well, duh. You brought me the fucking cheeseburger again. You know what? I'm keeping it. I'm keeping it this time. You know, I'm putting it down here. Let it dry. Bring me back. There we go. But Phillip's always felt like the responsible and tidy type. Oh, let me guess. I'm the messy, no hygiene jock type, huh? Owen huffed indignantly. I'll have you know I basically got raised by my butler. Of course I'd inherit his butlery cleaning habits. Needless to say, I make a flawless roommate.
Don't eat the gloves. No eat the gloves. You leave gloves alone. Gloves are nice. Gloves did nothing wrong.
Except for the whole groping fiasco from last week. Owen looked visibly uncomfortable. I'm loving all these new sprites. Well, yeah. I've been trying to make up for it, though. Anyway, there it is. Phillip's the real walking disaster around here. The kid works at his desk day in, day out, while gulping down an obscene amount of coffee. He always forgets to eat, leaves in the middle of the night to do God knows what, then comes back at the crack of dawn. Oh, and Phillip doesn't sleep. He goes into an exhaustion coma for like an hour every night before doing it all over again. Owen shook his head disapprovingly. I'm pretty sure Phillip's functioning on pure salt and sheer force of will. Jeez, I'm surprised he's still functioning at all. Owen jabs a finger at his own chest proudly. It looks like he's pointing at his eye. I'm kidding, you can't have a sprite for everything. That's partially thanks to me, actually. I've basically been taking care of him for a few days. I sneak a bunch of food from the dining hall for Phillip whenever he comes back from his midnight escapades. That, and I've been cleaning up and vacuuming his side of the room occasionally. It'd really bring down the mood if Phillip died from a stress-induced heart attack, you know. That's real nice of you, actually. I'm surprised, Owen. Hey, look, he has a tail. Remember there was a criticism about that. I've always been a loving gentleman to those who need my services. I guess this is the stressed life of an honors student with a part-time job who also is the vigilante black cat. No wonder why he's asking us for help. Speaking of which, we better hurry up and find that damn pigeon. Phillip would throw a fit if we didn't feed the little fellow before leaving. Alright, where should we begin searching? Owen shrugged as he began digging through a corner of Phillip's trash pile of a room. I turned the place upside down already. Your guess is as good as mine. Well, I guess it's pigeon hunting time. Where should I search first? Drawers or under the bed? Pick one, guys. Whichever one you fucking want. Drawers or under the bed. And I will take a drink from my residual cereal bowl. I made a mistake. We got 4 votes for under the bed, 5 votes for under the bed, 1 for the drawer. Another one for the bed. Alright, the majority say bed, so we shall go with under the bed. I ducked under the bed and grimaced at the thick layer of dust caking the carpet. Oh, and are you sure you weren't lying when you said you vacuumed occasionally? Dude, I did my best. It's kind of hard to vacuum when there's so much junk in the way. He's got a point. The space was littered with shoe boxes, a skateboard, and a small pile of spray paint cans. Yeah, that's not obvious at all. Phillip's signature black jacket was here too. I guess this was where all his stuff for those black cat activities are kept. It's not secretive if you ask me. Anyone could just look down here and find Phillip's secret identity. Oh, not just anyone. What the fuck? Huh? Who's there? I suddenly felt an invisible tendril wrap around my chest and firmly drag me out from under the bed into the middle of the room. I flailing about wildly, but the tendril was gone. Dude, you okay? Did you find the pigeon? Completely breathless, I scrambled back onto my feet and shook my head. No, I didn't find anything. Owen gave me a strange look, but returned to his rummaging. The hell was that? What would happen if we looked under the bed again? Would it just be the same thing? Alright, it's just the same thing, okay. Oh, not just anyone. I guess that's probably his spirit protecting his shit. Oh, so now we can go to the closet. That probably happens after you look for things twice, but let's try the drawers first. That was the other option. I rummaged through the drawers of Philip's desk. Damn! There's a whole lot of junk in here. Coupon clippings, a bunch of homework notes, and spray paint cans, etc. A copy of Mental Wellness for Dumbasses sat in a dust-filled corner. No pigeon to be found, though. I pulled out a small sketchbook from the drawer, curiously. Philip was an artist, after all. I've always wondered what sort of things he drew in his spare time. His sketchbook was weathered yellow with age. He must have carried this thing for years. Flipped through the pages quickly and blinked. Most of them were rough, angry-looking charcoal sketches. Jagged lines and furious dark strokes drawn by a shaky hand covered each page in a thick layer of graphite dust. These drawings would fit perfectly in a gothic horror novel. Many of them featured an eerily dark figure of a man hovering in the frame. One of the pages was completely with the uncanny words, "Get out of my head." Flipping to the last page, it was a small weathered sticky note on the back cover. It read, "To Philip." Whenever something stuck in my head, I always scribble it down or make a little doodle of it. Giving my thoughts visuals helps me make sense of them. Makes them a little less scary, you know? Anyway, I hope this sketchbook helps you feel better soon. From Generva. I jumped as the cold chill shivered down my spine. Dude, it's rude to look through artist sketchbooks and stuff without permission. It'd be like someone reading your diary when you weren't looking. Sorry. I wasn't even thinking. I fumbled the sketchbook back into the drawer and snapped it shut. That was definitely something I shouldn't have seen. Well, that leaves the closet. My ears suddenly perked up at the sound of quiet chirping. I think I just heard it. Wait, do pigeons even chirp? Beats me. Where'd you hear it? Somewhere in this corner. I strained my ears for the muffled sound and carefully reached for the closet door. The hinges immediately swung open to release a waterfall of unwashed laundry over my head. Ew. I yelped and fumbled through the clutter indignantly. Philip really needs to learn to clean up, huh? A yellow bandana buried under the sea of clothing was squawking angrily against my leg. I gingerly picked it up to reveal a furious ball of feathers underneath. There it is! Oh, there you are! How the hell did you even get into the closet? Oh, he's so mad! The pigeon, Holly, was it? Hissed and spat like a savage rattlesnake. Hey, watch it! Getting your spit all over my camera. Oh, it's getting mad! Oh, it's going crazy! As though to spite me, the pigeon began hissing even louder and fired another shower of spit at me. I shielded the camera hanging from my neck protectively as Owen took Holly from my grasp. Who the fuck is texting me right now? Oh. Jeez, you'd think it's a peacock with how high maintenance it is. Alright, come here, you. Eat your lunch, and then we can finally go to the community center for Philip. Holly chirped indignantly, again, as Owen plopped it down on its apparent nest on Philip's desk made out of office supplies. She grew significantly less angry with Owen when Owen tossed a handful of bird seeds over its head. Mission complete. The creature has accepted its offerings. Hurry up, John. Let's get a move on. I sighed and grabbed the yellow bandana from earlier to wipe my spit-covered camera lens. You'd think the pigeon would be more grateful to be saved from suffocating in a closet. Click. Huh? Oops. Looks like I accidentally pressed the shutter. Oh, here we go again. We're going down a fucking memory avenue. I was screaming. Voice was raw. Throat coarse. But I kept screaming. Shouting into the world that did not hear. Disgust crawls up my throat and drags me back into the dark. Where am I? I just want to go home. A man was following us in the dark. Several men. It's probably just my imagination. I hope. I kept quiet because I didn't want Mom to worry. She's stressed enough as it is. I glanced at the dark bags under her eyes and gripped her hand a little tighter. I silently tugged at her to walk a little faster. Dots? A lot of fucking dots. They're still there. We're almost home, though. Just a little longer. I only looked away from a second. A large hand closed around my mouth while my head was turned. I tried to scream, but it came out muffled as they shoved me into the dark. I tried reaching out to Mom. She heard me, but it was too late. She was already exhausted from work today. I watched as she chased after me breathlessly in vain. The car door slammed between me and the disappearing figure of my mother in the distance. We wouldn't be seeing each other for a long time. I never stopped screaming. They tried to gag me, drug me, beat me into submission. They needed their toys to be cooperative. I was not going to sit down quietly. I needed to get home. Mom was waiting for me. I just want to go home. My eyes snapped open. The room was spinning in dizzy spirals as I tried to make sense of my surroundings. John? Dude, are you alright? You just blanked out all of a sudden. I groaned and pressed my head against my face. I'm fine. I just get tired sometimes. You sure? Maybe you need a moment before we get going. Does this happen often? You look really out of it. It's all good. The dizziness usually goes away pretty quickly. Let's get going to the community center. I'll feel better with some fresh air. Owen looked concerned, but slowly nodded and helped me out the door. As we were leaving, I squeezed my eyes shut tightly for a moment. What did I just see? Phillip, what happened to you? For the record, damn you, Emron, I don't remember Owen's voice. I think I've changed it like 5 times. I honestly don't fucking remember. So, I've just defaulted to a slightly lowered version of my own voice. I walked to the community center and was a quiet one. Owen must have thought I was suffering from a headache or something and stayed silent. The actual community center, on the other hand, was in absolute chaos when we arrived. Owen and I barely made it through the door when a sound of screeching children shattered our eardrums. A small flock of 12-year-olds suddenly squeezed through the doors with a handful of steaming hot dogs and a fit of giggles. Sissel sounded like Spencer. One of the boys suddenly noticed us and grinned an evil grin that only children could manage.
Hey dude, want some wieners?
What? A barrage of scorching meat suddenly collided with my face, one of them nailing me in the left eye. I yelped and stumbled backwards into Owen's arms in blind bewilderment. The heavy smell of hot dog clung to my face as I tried to wipe my eyes. You could hear the little suckers giggling as some of them retreated back into the building. Oh damn, your eye is like bright pink now. What the hell was that?
Hey, we don't say bad words around here. Anyway, Mr. Phil says sharing is caring. Do you want another one?
I braced myself as another barrage of hot dogs showered over me. Kid, go back inside! Where are you even getting these hot dogs anyway?
The hot dog man didn't come to work today, so Mr. Phil took over his stand. He gave us a bunch of expired ones and told us to scare away any new customers. We keep bothering him.
Whoa, we're not customers. We're, Mr. Phil's BFFs. We're here to help him out. The boy's face suddenly lit with a non-evil smile as he started tugging at Owen's sleeve excitedly.
Oh good, hurry up and give him a hand. This old lady's been bothering for like the last 20 minutes.
Owen and I exchanged bewildered looks, but decided to just roll with it. Where are your parents? As we walked through the door, the boy glanced at me and stuck his tongue out.
I don't think I like you very much.
Thanks, kid. I guess Mr. Phil taught you about blunt honesty, too. There was a small concession stand at the entrance to the community center's ice rink, which was currently lacking the ice part. A scattered flock of kids were bouncing along the bleachers at the edge of the rink, looking bored. Meanwhile, Phillip was standing behind the concession stand with an expression somewhere between the 5th stage of grief and plotting a homicide. There he is. Ma'am, for the last time, this concession stand does not accept coupons, nor has it ever issued coupons. This is a face for the thumbnail, probably. Oh no, the fucking kidnapping scene will probably make it because it's a CG.
But it says right here, buy one, get 5 free at this location. This is false advertising.
Phillip lifted his head towards the ceiling and inhaled hard, as though praying to some higher power for strength. Ma'am, this piece of paper you are showing me is a photoshopped stock image of a hot dog printed on plain white paper, with no expiration date or terms and conditions. I can't accept this transaction.
This is ridiculous. Do you even know how to do your job? I want to speak to your manager.
My supervisor is out right now.
Well, then I'm staying here till he comes back.
We close in 5 minutes.
If you dare leave me here, I'll call the cops.
Phillip sighed and reached over to turn off the lights on the concession stand. Please do. I will be happy to explain this fraud attempt to them. Anyway, if you'd excuse me, I have other responsibilities to tend to. The woman looked like she just swallowed a lemon. Owen and I watched in fascination as Phillip began calmly closing down the hot dog stand in front of her furious, shaking face.
I'll get back at you one of these days, just you wait. Get ready to kiss your job goodbye.
Phillip stared at her dead in the face as he poured a vat of hot dog water down the sink. Dear mercy me, what will I ever do without my beloved job at this precious hot dog stand? That's the image in line that was shown on the Patreon preview, and I really was like, what the fuck are you talking about? Now it makes sense. Oh, wait. I don't work here. I got ordered to be here because the actual hot dog man called in sick and the community center's short on staff, and now I have to supervise a class of kids while running a hot dog stand and teach an old lady that horribly artifacted JPEG images can't be used as coupons!
You! Hey, quit bothering Mr. Phil, you big phony!
The lady turned to argue, but a hot dog suddenly sailed through the air and shot directly into her open mouth. We all stared in horror as the lady doubled over in a choking fit. I'm not paid enough for this. Ignoring the coughing lady on the ground, Philip blew a whistle to grab all the kids' attention. Alrighty, gather around, kiddos. Since the ice rink is closed, we're all moving to the Arts and Crafts Center and chilling there until your parents come along. Philip glanced in our direction with a relieved smile. Over here are my minions, John and Owen. They'll be helping us with a few activities while we're there. Sound good to everyone? One of the kids raised her hand gingerly.
Mr. Phil?
Yes, Polly?
That lady is dying.
She pointed at the spluttering old lady still writhing on the ground, hacking up bits of hot dog. Philip glanced at her tiredly. That, Polly, is what we call natural selection. You'll all be learning about it in science class at school real soon. By the way, nice shot there, Arnold. The hot dog throwing boy perked up with a proud grin. Anyway, everyone follow me. Chop chop. As soon as we left the rink, Philip turned to us and collapsed against Owen's shoulder with a groan. Thank God you guys are here. I am this close to losing my shit. Owen gave him a sympathetic pat on the head. Losing one's shit is most unhygienic, my dear Philip. Good thing we're here to help you find your shit. So, how are we gonna do that exactly? There was a tired smile on Philip's face as he herded his flock of students down the hall. Just help me keep the kids entertained for the next hour or so. Shouldn't be too hard, just have fun with it. I stared at the class of kids warily. A few of them stared back and grinned excitedly like a pack of toothy piranhas. I know Philip's voice is the same. Maybe not exactly the same as at the beginning, but when I first started playing Repeat, I really wasn't focused on trying to give definitive voices to people. So, his voice became more, I don't want to say exaggerated, but defined, as time went on. Have fun, he says. Philip was already turning to address the class in a surprisingly mature and teacher-like tone. Alrighty, folks, there's art supplies at the table, storybooks by the reading table, and a bunch of toys in the crates. My buddies Mr. Owen and Mr. John will be hanging out and looking to make friends. They're super nice, and will be happy to help y'all with anything. Y'all. I'm real sorry we couldn't continue with our ice skating lesson today. The maintenance staff picked a bad time to re-ice the rink. But we're gonna have a good time here anyway.
Any time with you is a good time, Mr. Phil.
Philip laughed and gave the kid a small thumbs up. Thanks, Arnold. Glad you always have my back. I'll be sure to call if another demonic customer shows up at work. But right now, I'm gonna have to ask you to throw away those hot dogs and wash your hands.
Aw, but they're so fun.
Owen and I watched as Philip escorted hot dog boy Arnold out of the room to wash his hands. We turned our heads back towards the small crowd of kids staring up at us, watching us expectantly. I felt a sense of primal fear rise up from my chest. Oh God, how the hell are you supposed to handle kids? Ah, to be continued. God damn, it really was a short deal. But we finally got a little glimpse into the beginnings of the Phillip route. Are there author's notes? Or is it just the standard author's notes? Yeah, it's just the standard author's notes. Okay. There's the Patreon link. Free Patreon. Yeah. Hell yeah. There you go. So that's it for this update of Repeat, the very beginning of the Phillip route. It was short for a stream, but it would have been a long episode had I recorded it by itself, so take that how you will. So, on the next update, I don't know. I don't know, because at this point, I don't have any fucking clue. We have Sissel's route done through part A, the ending of part A done. He's explained it to me, but I still don't understand the fucking part system to this, so we'll have to wait and see what the fuck that means. But I'm sure a lot of other people will fucking understand it. I'm just an idiot. So right now we're waiting on Owen and Phillip's route to get to their endings, and then there's the true ending or route or whatever the fuck that will come out after that. So there's a lot left for us to find and enjoy in this game, and I look forward to every bit of it. But until then, ladies and gentlemen, I have been the trained unprofessional. Speaking of the voices when in my head when I say until next time, whenever the fuck that is, fare thee well. Bye, everyone!